Welcome to Connecting You Today. My name is Rosa Lukaising, and I'm the blind connector for this show. On this show, we have been matching amazing Trailblazer entrepreneurs to partner and grow their business. They've been matched based on their skills, their backgrounds, their expertise, and what they've shared with me about how they want to grow their business. Today, we will be matching one of the two blind connections, and he will meet his match off-site. It can happen at a luncheon date or a breakfast meeting, and however that match occurs, whether it's on air or off air, he is still going to experience the mystery that we have shown you here and have the magic with the synergies that we will create together. Today I'd like to introduce my guest, Amit Ambigonkar. Amit is a business consultant who mentors and coaches entrepreneurs with the exact roadmap that would help them reach their unlimited growth and success. Amit is a well-known author and speaker, and I would like Amit to tell you more about himself. Thank you so much for being on the show with us today. I'm thrilled to have you with us, Amit.
Me too. I'm thrilled to be here.
Amit, can you tell us a little bit more about yourself and the services that you deliver to your wonderful clients?
Thank you, for sure. I am a business consultant, and I'm the award-winning author of the book, Your Profound Success, and I'm a professional speaker. What I specialize in is I help entrepreneurs identify the obstacles that they are facing right now in their business and life, and I teach them the principles so that they can really move to the next level. And I do this through my seminars and my online workshops that I offer. I've been also doing a lot of master classes where I work with smaller group of people to really highlight their specialties and their really work that they do, which they need to promote and spread their message out into the world.
That's wonderful. And I like the line where you said, you really help people do what they do best and do it effectively.
That's right.
Right?
That's right. That's true.
I know that excited me when I heard it.
Yeah.
So we'll get back to the services in a minute. I want to ask you something. What intrigued you about being part of this show today, Amit?
Intrigued me was you. Really, I mean, I've known you for a couple of years now, and I see your energy and I can resonate with your energy. And just this platform that you've created with what you're creating for other people is really encouraging. It's really inspiring because it's not only helping entrepreneurs and small business owners to use this platform to promote and spread their message, but it's also helping the listeners because they get a chance to learn from these experts who share this particular platform with you, share the wisdom, and that's why it's a total win-win. And that's why I wanted to be a part of this phenomenal venture that you have.
Wonderful. I'm so glad you resonated with the thought that we had behind the show.
It's
That's
amazing.
great. So, Amit, tell me, what inspired you or led you to focus on this end of the business?
This end of the business. So let me tell you a little bit about myself in terms of my story.
Oh, I'd love to hear that.
So what happened is I came to Canada in the year 2000, and I always wanted to be an entrepreneur. I had that entrepreneurship in me. So the moment I came here, I started a business and I wanted clients to just flow in, money just flowing into me. And I wanted that business to be highly successful. But guess what happened? Boom, it went down.
Yeah, like the rest.
And I blamed the business. I said, oh, this business is not good. So I set aside that business and I started another business in a different industry, hoping that will take off.
Right.
But guess what happened again? boom,
Down again.
right?
Okay.
And believe it or not, but 7 failed businesses. And
7. The
7
lucky number,
failed
though.
businesses, I know. And 11 years of hard work put into all this. And then I'm thinking, you know what, Amit? Maybe it's not the businesses. Maybe it's me.
You clued on.
It took me 11 years to figure that out. But it was still a maybe.
Can't be me.
Can't be me. Right? But at that point of time, what happened around 2010 is when my son was born. And I'm holding this newborn baby in my hand, and I have a 6-year-old daughter at that point of time. And at that point of time, 7 failed businesses, 11 years of hard work. I was more than $100,000 in debt. And I said, no, something is wrong in this picture. So what I really did is I started to learn some of the powerful principles of success. And I took up some very good mentorship, and I started attending some master classes that really took me to the next level. Through these principles that I learned, now I have the power to go to any of those previous businesses and make them successful.
That's fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you. So now I've decided to dedicate my life to help entrepreneurs teach those exact same principles to make them successful.
That is so wonderful.
Thank you.
Do you know, every time I talk to you, you sound so passionate and so engaged in what you're doing.
Thank you.
I'm curious, what is the aspect of your services that you provide that you're most passionate about? Could you say? Or you're just passionate about everything?
I'm passionate about one of the most important things that entrepreneurs need to figure out, and that is finding their purpose. Because I do a lot of training in terms of human behavior. I'm a specialist in sales training, but essentially if you look at sales, it's actually dealing with human behavior.
Right.
And when I'm talking about human behavior in context of sales, clients have never heard of this concept before. So they come to me to learning sales, about sales techniques. How do I close? What do I say? Blah, blah, blah. And that's good. I do teach that. But before that, you need to first understand human behavior in order to be successful, right? So my real passion is basically teaching people about human behavior first. And once they get that aspect, then the sales become really, really easy.
I can see that. So it's a whole different take to the approach to sales.
Absolutely.
As most people have been teaching.
Absolutely.
So what does your happy or satisfied client say once they've worked with you? What is that message you get from your happy or satisfied clients?
The amazing testimonials that I've received, because that has really been my motivator now. Because when I started off in this business, having a book with Brian Tracy, co-authoring a book with Robert Allen, these were some amazing things. I got featured on the front cover of the Canadian Real Estate Wealth magazine. I was like, wow. Those were all my achievements. But now my achievements actually have actually been the success stories that I've created for my clients. And when the clients say that, Amit, because of your coaching and your mentoring and your events, I have been able to find the exact route that I should be taking in order to be successful. And that's what I did. And this is the success I created. That's my real motivator now. That's the true satisfaction that I received of being a business consultant. And that's what really keeps me going at this point of time.
Interesting. So what would you say to a new entrepreneur? Naturally, not somebody who just registered his business yesterday, but somebody who's probably in his first year of business and struggling to figure out how to really get started and build momentum. How would you get that person on board to, share some of the things that you're sharing with your qualified clients?
Right. That's a great question, actually, Rosa. And I do recommend going with the mentor. That's my first advice. Because you don't want 7 failed businesses and 11 years of hard work.
Exactly, right?
And mentors are somebody who's already done this before. They already have gone through the path, gone through the difficulties, gone through the struggle that probably you would go through if you don't have them holding your hand and guiding you through. So my first real recommendation for this person would be to really find a mentor that has done what you want to do and can guide you through this maze, if you want to call it, and show you just the route, how to do it.
Wonderful, wonderful. And how do you reach, what is the biggest tool you use to actually reach prospects?
Right now in my business, my biggest tool has been my small group master classes. That's one of the model that I've been following that's working really well for me in order to reach a lot of people, but at the same time create those leaders, which is one of my mission, to create the leaders that will actually influence a lot of other people.
Oh,
And
okay.
the other thing that I'm using to reach more people is my online seminars and workshops. So I've moved to a lot of online seminars and workshops that I do, so that my reach is now to not just limited to GTA or even Canada. Now people that are signing up in my programs are actually worldwide. So I'm able to help a lot
Wonderful.
of people without any boundaries.
Wonderful. It sounds
you.
like you've come a long way in the last 3-4 years,
Oh,
Amit.
absolutely, absolutely.
That's fantastic. So we will continue this discussion. We will be on a short break and be right back. Welcome back on Connecting You Today. We're here with Amit discussing his business and the services that he provides to his clients. Amit, tell us what you're looking for in a connection. We're talking about matching you with a potential business partner to grow your business. What are you really looking for in a connection?
What I'm looking for is really an individual who is ready to partner up with me. Looking at my business in terms of growth, I'm now looking at a lot of collaborations and a lot of partnerships. So I'm looking for people who are ready to partner up at a level that they want to grow. I want to look at people who are, first of all, motivated, right? Who really have that urge to succeed, but at the same time are open to learning, right? Because I have met some people and potential partners, but they are so close-minded and set with their own ideas.
Right.
They are not open to considering other growing options, other expansion options. So I want people to at least be open-minded so that we can work together and have bigger and larger companies, corporations, ventures that we can work together. On the other side, I'm also looking for building my client database, because my goal is to reach 100,000 people in the next 3 years.
Did I hear 100,000?
100,000 in the next 3 years.
Okay, that's
And,
quite ambitious.
Thank you.
Wow.
And I'm getting there. I'm on route to doing that, but I still need that following to happen, because the information that I have and my partners have and this collaboration is going to be so powerful that we are going to influence a lot of people and help a lot of people. So that's what I'm looking for right now in terms of partnerships, so that we can reach and help a lot of other people.
That's fantastic. So you're really a big believer in collaboration, yes?
Big time, big time.
And when would you say you started collaborating and expanding your partnerships in your business? Is it in the last 3 years, 5 years?
I would say last 3 years I've been really big into collaborations. We did a couple of events together with some very powerful people, and they worked out so well for me as well as the other event producer. It was attended by about 250 to 300 people. And just again, the testimonials, the success stories that we got by putting this event together from clients, they got so much value out of that event that we said, okay, let's do it again. And now let's do it with other partners. Because if we merge together, my following and his or her following, and now we have not just two, but it just multiplies. There is a compound effect.
Right. Yes.
So that's the beauty of merging with other people who kind of are in alignment with what you want to do. Right?
That's, I just remembered, I think that's where I met you actually about 3 years ago at one of those big summits where you had about 5 other presenters.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So would you say then that the client, the prospect or the client can have many more resources fulfilled by exposing themselves to you and a group rather than just you.
Oh, absolutely. Rosa, that is such a great point you brought up, because it's not just merger for the benefit of me or for the partner, but ultimately the client is the one who benefits the most. Because think of it as if you have just one source of information and you're getting all the information from one source.
Right.
But now you're exposed to 3 or 4 other leaders in the industry.
Right.
And you might like this thing from this guy, this thing from this guy, this thing from this mentor. So now you're exposing yourself to so many other resources and available opportunities that now you as a client will have more access to different people, different resources, various options, various opportunities.
That's great. So it's really serving the needs of the client
Oh,
is the bigger option that you're providing for us.
That's right.
And would you say then the more satisfied your prospects and clients are, the more likely you are to attract more of us? Is that what you think?
Yes, in a way true. But the main thing with client relationship and mentor relationship that I truly believe is identifying the problem. Because a lot of relations I have seen with mentors and coaches and speakers, the real success that they've achieved is because they could identify the problem that the client is having. And it's not sometimes easy, because sometimes these problems, and this is shocking, this is fascinating, even the client sometimes is not aware of the problem. So if you are thinking of hiring a mentor or a coach, that's why it's so important, because you as a client may not be aware of the real problem that you're having. You might be looking at the manifestation of a problem, right? And my specialty is when we go into this conversation, I'm able to pick up in your business or in your small business, whatever you're doing right now, entrepreneurship, I'm able to pick up that basic problem that you have, and then everything from there, it keeps getting easier for you.
That's a really, really good point.
Thank you.
And I remember a long time ago when I was learning from my dad, he talked about the 3 levels of awareness. And in order to be able to help someone, you've got to help them understand what they know, what they know they don't know, and what they don't know they don't know.
Wow, I like that.
Right? And that's the area where most help can come from, is when you don't know what you don't know.
That's true.
And it seems that you are targeting that area.
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. Now, I want to ask you, what are some of the gaps in your business? Like, what are you looking for? What's missing for you that would help you expand your business even more, or your reach even more? Have you looked at that recently?
Yes. I mean, one of the things that is missing in my business right now is more partnerships. I have some partners right now, but I'm definitely looking to partner up with more people. I'm looking for these people that I just mentioned to you, so that I can expand my reach.
Okay.
And to reach my goal of having this 100,000 followers and to influence and reach these people, I need these strong partners in my business.
What kind of partner? Like what? Give me an example of a partner that would work.
One of a partner could be, say, for example, producer of an event. Because I, as a professional speaker, when I'm speaking on stages, that is one of the aspects I'm looking for.
Okay.
So if he is a producer of an event and he gets in, say, 300, 500, 5,000 people in a room, and we have some sort of collaboration that, you know what, I will go ahead and teach him how to promote the event, for example, how to get people in the seats, and in exchange, or some exchange in terms of that partnership, I can speak on stage, for example, right? So that would be a partnership that I would be open to.
Okay.
Also looking for people who have smaller groups and high-level executive coaching, right? Because these master classes that I do are really targeted to small group of people, maybe 15 to 20 people.
Okay.
But I work with them on a really detailed basis. Like it's kind of a workshop that I do, right? So I work with them. So if there is a company or a corporation that wants to partner up so that their growth and their sales improve for their company, then we could look at collaborating with this company, where I do the training part for this corporation or this company in a smaller group, and that's how I help.
Got it. Okay, that's coming together now.
That's true.
So how do you like to be communicated with when you meet somebody new? Do you use social media first? Do you prefer an in-person meeting, an email? What works for you?
So right now, Rosa, the way it's working is we have to, as business owners, and that's what I really promote, is using various different channels.
Okay.
In the olden days, newspaper was the only channel that people used.
Right.
You put an ad in the newspaper and boom, you have people at the event signing up for your services and whatever the case may be. Right now, you got to be on social media, you got to be at events, you got to be networking.
Yes.
Right? But for me, the best way is still meeting the person one-on-one.
Okay.
That is still the best way I like to connect. So it could be one-on-one. The next level is in a group, in a smaller group settings. And then comes, the next stage, I would say, of my best way of connecting is online meetings where I can at least see the person. Right? So those would be the best. And that's why I appreciate what you do, because you are a specialist. And I've conferred this title on you, which is the Connecting Queen, for that reason.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. So I love to connect people, and I think connecting individuals, and especially connecting entrepreneurs for business partnerships, is a great way to expand our business community.
Yes.
And I'm so happy that you see it that way as well. So that's why we work well together.
There you go.
Tell me, if you had 30 seconds left and you wanted to deliver a message to the world, what would that be?
In 30 seconds? Are you serious?
Yes, in 30 seconds. Yes. What would that be?
In 30 seconds, I would say, have fun living your purpose. Have fun living your purpose. That's my real message. Because if you're not on purpose, then you're actually not living. And if you're not having fun, then again, you're not living. So having fun while you're living your purpose is the best way to do it.
That's wonderful advice. I love that. Well, Amit, thank you so much for being on the show today and for sharing your wisdom and your experience with us. I'm sure the audience has gained a lot from you being here.
Thank you.
And once I make that connection with you, I'd like to ask, I'd be following up with you, with your new connection, and to hear about your stories and your successes and your challenges as well.
Yes.
Would you be interested in staying connected with me about your follow-up?
100%.
Yes?
100%.
Absolutely.
Count me in.
That's great then. So I will be. To you, the audience, I'd like to leave a thought with you. Have you ever noticed that there's a strong difference between a relationship and a connection? It may sound like the same, but there's been some research to indicate that there are very slight differences that determine the quality of your relationship. Many times we look for relationships, but when you notice healthy couples, look deep and see that they have made a connection before they were able to sustain their relationship for that length of time. Relationships come and go, but connections happen in a moment, a spark. And whether that person is around you, away, or have died, you still remain with that connection to that person. So maybe check on Dr. Dan Monroe's research on his article. He's written something on what is the difference between a relationship and a connection. I'd like to thank my amazing sponsors and all of you who've watched with us today. And I look forward to seeing you back here next time on Connecting You Today. Thank you.